Okay, I know that was a little out of focus, but this video is from Mike. First time I've had a request like this. I get questions on my videos probably about every 2 weeks. I get a question or two, usually about JET or applying to JET, about what to do with interviews, essay writing, things of that nature. But this is the first time I've gotten one that was about getting to Japan in general, and about university, and also about the economic feasibility of coming to Japan. Mike, I'm guessing you're a high school student out there, making me feel like Dear Abby here. How I got to Japan, and how I got to Japan financially. Actually, after high school, I took a year off. I spent 9 months working, and then spent 3 months traveling in Europe. It's part of what made me want to come to Japan, just traveling the world in general. And then, got into university. As for university, I was actually very fortunate. 2 reasons. One, both my parents are good investors and believe in education. And they're not big spenders in general. They're good at managing their money. And then the other thing is, I have grandparents who both sets of grandparents really thought ahead and wanted to put money towards my college fund. And also, I guess I'm also from a family with very few grandkids. Total of 3 of us. My cousin's still in high school now. So trickle-down effect from up parts of the family. Everyone pitched in. I got an education. Also, during my education, I made it a point to graduate early, because university is expensive. It's getting more expensive in the U.S. these days. More expensive than it should be, actually. But about finances and universities and things of that sort. Lots of scholarships that are out there. As far as study abroad programs and coming to Japan, and ALT programs. ALT programs are separate. Most times, if you're going to teach in Japan, you have to have a university degree. Not for everything, but for most things. For most things that will sponsor you to get to Japan, you have to have a degree in the first place. Not necessarily in pedagogy or in any teaching standard, but that helps. That helps with a lot of the professional stuff. A lot of really, if you're going to be just a teacher, if you're going to be in schools, and also with the JET program. For study abroad programs, most study abroad programs, if they're affiliated with a university, you'll pay your standard university dues. A lot of times scholarships will transfer, or the scholarships will pay your university dues, and your university will then pay your study abroad dues. Some programs, the study abroad programs, are more expensive than the actual university program. And you can still go and just pay the university fees, or the university fees a little extra. And then as far as coming to Japan, Mike said he was thinking about doing an ALT thing in Japan or in Taiwan. Japan, Taiwan, Korea, China, all good options, and lots of places in Asia that you can come to Japan. You can come to Asia as a teacher, willing, with little or no teaching experience, and just willing to teach your native language and learn about the culture. That's what JET is. That's the idea that JET is based upon, and it's the ideal idea that a lot of companies will be looking for. A lot of people do just come. Teaching pays reasonably well. A lot of people just come and party. There's a good side to that. It's sad in a couple ways, because you see some people that you meet them and they'll think, well, I'm on my 2nd year of JET, and I've been to these places and I've seen this, and gosh, this is cool. We went here and got fucking wasted. And a lot of their memories are more than a little fuzzy. Most of it's about drinking and partying and hanging out with other foreigners in Japan. Cultural immersion. Some people do it, some people don't. As you see that with everything, every level. Even I guess I don't know about graduate school yet, but even at universities. And JET's not the only way to go when coming to Japan. There are lots of companies, lots of programs that will sponsor people, and a lot of them pay reasonably well. Now, Nova has gone out of business now. They've turned into G Communications recently. But Nova, for a lot of things that they did that weren't really good, they did make sure that they gave people 2 days in a row off, so that they actually had a weekend, even if it was a midweek weekend. and they paid people well. Well enough to live, and actually, as long as you weren't spending a ton all the time, to save a little money while being in Japan. Other companies like Interact put you on the school year program. Interact doesn't pay as well, but you get a lot more time off. And during those time off breaks, if you're traveling, that's an investment in, in culture and what you're doing in your life. You can also pick up private lessons at that time, and those work out really well too. Can't say I know what it's like for Korea, Taiwan, China. I did have a friend who went to Korea, and he was a teacher there for a year. I think he made reasonable money at it because last I knew, it was he had been traveling for 3 months, just wandering around the world. So there are easy ways to get to Asia, and it's Asia in general, but definitely to Japan. So, Mike, because this was your question, I'd say the big thing is find people who are willing to help sponsor. Look into the Freeman Foundation. Any Americans out there? Freeman grants, really big. Sorry, it's not available for Aussies, Brits, Kiwis. Americans are lucky in that way. Almost anything to do with Asia, I think. Definitely Japan. Freeman Foundation they're pretty easy to get scholarships from. They don't have huge expectations, and they pay out pretty well. One thing is, if you're doing that, be true to it. They pay for you to get the cultural experience. So, when I was getting a Freeman grant when I was doing study abroad, and I made a point to, whenever it was, whenever the choice was go to that extra section of the museum or not, it's cultural. You're getting money from someone else to go do this, go to it. Especially, if the choice is get the meal, get a quick dinner at the convenience store and then go meet people and talk, or take them to dinner at a cultural restaurant, go with dinner at the cultural restaurant. If someone is funding it, there are lots of scholarships out there, and that's what those are for. And they can make your trips to Japan, to Asia in general, just that much more enriching, that much more wonderful. So that's kind of my take on it. Usually I respond with emails, but a lot of those take time. I'm sure some of you have written emails and they're in my box, and I've read them at one point, and I have not gotten back to them. I've been neglecting YouTube in favor of real life these days. Actually, I've never been caught up on YouTube. I don't think it's ever happened. If it does, I'll celebrate with a new video or something. I don't know. So, Mike, thanks for asking. I hope that answers your question fairly well. And, I guess I'm open to more questions. Maybe. Okay. It's a little after midnight. It's a Wednesday. Always the dates and times in my videos. I've got work tomorrow, and it's going to be kind of a slow day because there'll be a few people at the office. So, and I know I haven't gotten to that in the videos I've officially posted, but I'm going to post this one immediately, just so you guys know. Okay.